All right. Thank you very much. Ami, if you want to show everybody the results. A lot of implantable and disposable single uses, some capital diagnostic, a lot of other, which is fine. A lot of US and some with reach outside the US. That's great. A lot of you are heading into commercial launch. And then quite a few of you don't yet have your sales force in place. So thank you for giving me that information. That's helpful. Let's continue on. So the question that you're probably having is this transferable, right? Based on this eclectic group, the knowledge and the insights I'm going to give you today, will it transfer to revenue and profits and success? And the answer is absolutely yes. While we do have an eclectic group here and you're all superhuman doing superhuman things, what I'm going to share with you today is absolutely transferable to your businesses. So the question is, will this work? Well, yes, it worked at Acclarent, who exited at 26 months for a 10x multiple. It worked at NeoTract, who exited at 31 months with a 19x multiple. And it worked at Spyrox, exited at 13 months with a 14x multiple. And that's what you guys are all hoping for. That's you're pressing and working hard for. But let's take a look at this number, 21,281. It's a big number. An evaluation of a urology company recently showed that 7 years into their launch, they had trained 3,895 surgeons. 1,637 of those surgeons were not using the product and hadn't touched it within the last 6 months. So there's usually 61 days in a quarter. And when they really dug into their process, it took 13 days to properly onboard a physician to utilize this product. And now that's everything from the first conversation to in-services, hands-on training, the initial cases, up into about a 90-day period where they came back and finished their process with a meeting to demonstrate the incomes and the outcomes with that product. Now, when it wasn't done well, it was about 6.5 business days. But what you can see in the bottom there is if you have 1,600 customers that took 13 business days, that's 21,000 business days or 58 years of time invested in a customer who's not using your product anymore. It gets worse. Those customers, we'll call them inactives, who aren't using that product anymore, are walking billboards. They're walking around and they're saying, oh yeah, I tried it. Oh no, I'm not using it, no. And that becomes extremely problematic. So a lot of you on this call are CEOs and executives and co-founders, and you are right to have your eyes on some of these milestones in the blue boxes: safety studies, efficacy studies, working on reimbursement. You have a code, but you're trying to get coverage. You get a long-term trial coming demonstrating durability. You're expecting competition, or you have competition, and you're hoping for an acquisition or an exit, at which time you'll probably see some of your top talent turn over and go get their next startup opportunity. Maybe you have a next gen at that point. Maybe you're getting a chance to do direct to consumer at that point. And maybe you're getting an endorsement by the academy at that point. But let me point you to the lines. If the top blue line is the number of customers you have who have gotten trained, tried your product, and the bottom blue line is the number of customers who have put your product back down and are not using your product, then you're probably not going to take the revenue ride on the yellow line. You're probably going to have an unpleasant experience of having a revenue ride on the red line. Now, I'll be honest with you, where that yellow arrow is a big fat question mark.
Success requires insights. Elite execution requires training. Go to www.exsalesconsulting.com/special offers.